The Galactic Council chambers had never hosted such an unusual request. Ambassador Zethkar of the Viridian Collective shifted uncomfortably in his biopod as he watched the human representative approach the speaking platform. The creature moved, with that peculiar bipedal gait that unnerved most civilized species. Too quick, too purposeful, like a predator stalking prey. "Esteemed Council," the human began, her voice carrying easily through the vast chamber without amplification. Another unsettling trait. "I am Captain Sarah Chen of the Terran Federation. I come before you not to request aid, but to offer it." A ripple of confusion passed through the assembled delegates. The Cathari representative's translation device stuttered, as if the concept itself was incomprehensible. The humans had been part of the galactic community for barely 50 cycles, newcomers who hailed from what the xenobiological surveys had classified as a class Thuthin death world. And now they wanted to help? "The Void Wraiths have taken another system," Chen continued, her dark eyes scanning the nervous crowd. "The beautiful crystal gardens of Harmonia Prime are now silent. 3 billion souls gone." Elder Kix of the Peaceful Synthesis spoke first, his melodious voice trembling. "Captain Chen, we appreciate the sentiment, but the Void Wraiths are beyond our capabilities. They exist in dimensions we cannot perceive, strike with weapons that unmake matter itself. Our greatest minds have concluded that evacuation is our only—" "Your greatest minds think like prey," Chen interrupted, causing several delegates to recoil in their atmospheric pods. "Because you've never been predators." The statement hung in the air like a challenge. Zethkar found himself studying the human more carefully. She stood barely 2 meters tall, a fraction of his own height, yet something about her presence filled the chamber. It wasn't her size that commanded attention, it was something else entirely. "The Wraiths hunt by instinct," Chen explained, beginning to pace. Another predatory trait that made the herbivorous species nervous. "They seek out the loudest emanations of consciousness, the brightest beacons of civilization. Your great cities, your orbital habitats, your planet-spanning networks. To them, these are dinner bells." "What are you suggesting?" asked Mediator Thal, her iridescent wings fluttering with anxiety. Chen smiled, and several delegates instinctively activated their pod's defensive shields. Human smiles, they had learned, often preceded violence. "Earth is the loudest world in the galaxy," she said. "Our cities never sleep, our minds never rest, our communications networks burn across space like stellar flares. We've been screaming into the void since we split the atom. If the Wraiths hunt by sound—" She paused, letting the implication sink in. "Then we're the biggest target of all." That's madness," whispered Engineer Voss through his breathing apparatus. "You're volunteering for extinction." "Are we?" Chen's eyes gleamed with something that made Zethkar's survival instincts scream. "Let me tell you about my homeworld. Earth orbits a star that regularly bathes us in lethal radiation. Our atmosphere is 21% poison gas that corrodes metal and burns flesh. Our gravity well is so deep that escape velocity requires controlled explosions. We share our world with predators that hunt in packs, toxins that kill in seconds, and weather systems that can level cities." She stopped pacing and faced the council directly. "And we didn't just survive, we thrived. We turned radiation into medicine, poison into life, explosions into exploration. We domesticated the predators, neutralized the toxins, and learned to dance with the storms. When our world tried to kill us, we killed it back, not with destruction, but with understanding. The chamber fell silent. Even the usually chattering Zixani had gone quiet. The void wraiths aren't some unknowable cosmic horror, Chen continued. They're just another predator, and every predator has weaknesses. They exist partially in our dimension and partially in void space, which means they need anchor points to manifest. They feed on consciousness, which means they need to connect with neural activity. And they hunt by sound. Her smile returned, sharper this time, which means they've never learned to hunt something that hunts back. Zethkar felt a chill run through his carapace as he began to understand. You're not just offering yourselves as bait. You're planning to fight, Chen confirmed. The way Deathworlders always fight, with everything we have, using everything they give us, turning their strengths into our weapons. She activated a holographic display showing Earth's solar system. Ships were moving, not fleeing outward, but consolidating inward. Millions of vessels, from massive dreadnoughts to tiny personal craft, all converging on the third planet. Every human in the galaxy is coming home, Chen announced. Every ship, every station, every colony. We're going to make Earth so loud that the wraiths won't be able to ignore us. And when they come, the display shifted, showing weapon systems the Council had never seen before, devices that seemed to bend space itself, generators that created artificial gravity wells, shields that existed in multiple dimensions simultaneously. When they come, Chen repeated, they'll discover why Deathworlders don't whisper in the dark. We roar. The implications hit the Council like a shock wave. The humans weren't just planning to fight the void wraiths, they were planning to win. And if they succeeded, the evacuation fleets will be ready, Zethkar found himself saying. If your plan fails, we'll ensure Earth's people survive elsewhere. Chen's expression softened slightly. Thank you, but it won't fail. How can you be certain? Because, she said, her voice carrying that absolute confidence that only came from a species that had clawed its way up from the bottom of a hostile world's food chain. We've never met a problem we couldn't solve by hitting it harder, smarter, and with more backup than it expected. As the human delegation departed, the council chamber remained silent for long minutes. Finally, Elder Kix spoke what they were all thinking. If they succeed, the galaxy will never be the same. Zethkar watched the human ship disappear into hyperspace, carrying its message back to Earth. In the distance, the void between stars seemed less empty somehow, as if something ancient and hungry was stirring. But for the first time since the wraiths had begun their harvest, Zethkar felt something other than despair. He felt hope. The Deathworlders were going hunting,